Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Here we are again. I'm waiting for the button. There we go. Now we can go live on Instagram, get those people joining in. All right, let me see if it comes up here on my phone so we can see all of the chats. 1 second. I know, always a technical thing. How is everybody today? Welcome. Come in, say hi, say hello, where you're watching from, what you're working on. Just a reminder, if you are on Instagram and commenting, throw us in a name, throw us in a location so we can say hi to you. Because again, your username comes up and usually it's not your name. So it can be very hard to see who you are. But we have some people coming in and saying hi, saying hello. It is great to have you. We have a wonderful guest today to share all about a brand new book that just recently launched. So excited to get to share this with you guys. So I'm going to bring her in and let's get started on our chat. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. For those of you who don't know, this is Ashley. She is the designer behind Tiny Couch Crochet. Actually, while we're doing that, let me throw that link in there. I'm going to put the link in the chat over here. If you're on Instagram, sorry, you won't get the chat, but you can look her up on any social media at Tiny Couch Crochet. You definitely want to do it and follow along. And she just launched a brand new book last week. And so we're so excited to get to chat with her about this, all about the book. Since it's your first time on here, could you give us a brief history of how you got started in crochet? And was that your first fiber arts that you picked up?
Yes, my grandma taught me how to crochet when I was around 7 or 8. So I've been crocheting for a long time. I learned how to knit at around like 16, 17. So I'm very basic with my knitting. I'm trying to get better at those skills now. But and then Tunisian crochet I picked up in 2021, I want to say. So about 4 years ago, and I've just been. It's just so fun to me that's kind of all I've been doing lately.
Yeah, and so how long have you been designing?
I've been designing since 2021, yeah. But I designed regular crochet patterns first, traditional crochet patterns first. It was something I got into when my son was little and I was home, and I just started posting stuff, and yeah, for some reason people seem to like it. So
because they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. This book is the brand new book that came out. It is called Tunisian Crochet Tops. It is 14 beautiful Tunisian patterns. Some are cardigans, some are pullovers, some are tank tops. So you definitely have a variety of what you can pick in here. We already have people commenting that they got their book last week and they're so excited to get started on their first project. Some people are wanting to learn Tunisian crochet. This is going to be a really great book for your collection. I know Ashley and I were talking right before we got on. One of the amazing things, because there's a lot of amazing things, is right in the front here of the book, you have your Tunisian crochet basics, and it is photo tutorials of how to do the different stitches. So you really can be a fairly new beginner and be able to jump in. I would probably say you should probably work at least a swatch or two with just regular Tunisian stitching to get the hang of it before you jump into garments. But once you kind of do it once or twice, even in just a swatch, you're going to pick it up. You're going to figure it out.
I'd also like to add, I think the idea of needing a new set of hooks can be kind of an entry barrier to Tunisian crochet, but you can swatch with a regular like Susan Bates or boy hook, something that doesn't have a handle, and you can practice the stitches and see if you like it with your regular hooks. And then so just want to add that.
Yeah, especially if you're just swatching, like that's a really great alternative.
Yeah, you will need Tunisian crochet hooks eventually, but just to practice and see if you enjoy the craft, you can make little swatches with the regular hook.
Right. Yeah, that's a really great way to get started in it, because yes, to get a new set of hooks or even just one or two hooks, you know, it can get pricey. And until you know that you love it, although let's be honest, I don't know how you don't love it. No, just kidding. But you know, you can kind of just step into it a little bit. And we should say too that there are different types of Tunisian hooks, because you can get a straight hook just like you would with knitting needles. Not my preference on what to use. I don't like the weight that kind of like hangs on your wrist. But like we sell Tunisian hooks that have cables on it, which makes it really great because you can put a lot of stitches on there if you're doing a blanket, if you're doing a garment, if you're doing those types of things. And you can also do a double-ended Tunisian hook where you have 2 hooks on each end with a cable in the middle. And that allows you to do Tunisian in the round, which is like the first time I did it, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And it blew my mind. I loved it. And I'm hooked.
The color combinations, I've got some future plans with that. So
we are so excited. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the book and how this like came to be. I know we were talking and it's been like 2 years in the works. Like that's a long time. And 14 patterns is a lot of patterns. And we should say that you are the wonderful, let me find a good picture here. You are the wonderful model in the book. So that was part of it too.
Yes, that's for budget reasons.
But so tell us how it got started and kind of what your process was. I mean, you don't have to go into great detail, but give us an idea of how this works.
Like how the book came to be.
Yeah.
So I received, the publisher Page Street contacted me and they asked me if I was interested in writing a Tunisian crochet book because it's starting to become more popular and they saw some of my designs. And I told them yes, but I don't want to do like here's like a general, I wanted it to specifically be about garments because that's what I was interested in. And that's kind of like the hole that I was seeing at the time. I couldn't find much about it. And they were really excited about that. And so we started, and that was 2 years ago, almost exactly. And then they gave me 6 months to write the patterns. I took a year, but thankfully they let me take the time I needed to really make sure that these, these patterns.
That's not a lot of time to write 14
No, it
patterns.
wasn't enough. And I should have known that. But they've all been tech edited and have had testing, and so it takes time to get all that together, and then it took quite a few months to do all the editing as well, and so now we're here. I can't quite believe we're here.
I know, it's finally here in print. People can hold it and touch it, and it's so much fun. So like I said before, there are all kinds of garments. So there's cardigans, there's pullovers, there's tank tops. What is your favorite to either design or make? Do you prefer a pullover, a cardigan, a tank top? Like, what is your favorite?
That's so hard. I think I like making and designing them all because they all have like their own unique challenges. Like I love with tank tops, like figuring out how to make the straps have the right detail at the right point for all the right sizes. But I think my favorite to make and wear would be pullovers. I'm a crew neck pullover girly. But so I had a lot of fun getting all the detail in that tank top. And
there's so many.
Each one has its own like fun challenges for me.
I don't know if you can see it, but like right down the middle, there's a little bit of detail right up here at the top. It matches the detail there. Like it is so beautiful. And the thought that went into these pieces, like I was saying before, these look like garments you could get when you're out shopping. This is, there's something about it when there's a crochet piece that looks like a fashion forward item. And I know crochet has changed so much over the years, and we're definitely in that movement of more of these fashion forward items, but it's so amazing when we get to see them and experience them and get to make them for ourselves.
That was my goal with the book. So thank you for saying that.
They're stunning. Let's talk about this one, the classic cable sweater, which is the one that you're wearing. This one is done in our Heatherly yarn. It is beautiful. What are the tips for cabling? I'll be honest, I've never done a Tunisian cable before, so I don't have any pointers. But do you have any pointers for people getting started with their first cable pattern?
I do, and that is to not overthink it. It's really not that difficult. It's just you skip 2 or skip however many it tells you to skip, crochet that amount, and then go back and do the ones that you skipped. So it's the concept really isn't too difficult. There are different methods, and so I give tutorials in the front for the method that I like to use, but there are other methods, and I always say, like, if something's not working for you, if it's not clicking, like, go to YouTube. There's so many great tutorials out there, and just find something that works for you. My method that I like to use is using 2 interchangeable Tunisian crochet hooks, and so I skip the 3 stitches, I keep going with the hook that I'm using, and I have a second hook that I then crochet those stitches and I slide the loops on. And I bring that up because you mentioned the in the round crochet hook set that you have, which has 2 hooks for each size. So that's perfect for that kind of thing. You can go up or down a hook size for that second hook, but if you have that set, you're set for cables as well. So
yeah. And I know we talked about this a little bit too. One of the issues, or at least assumptions that people have, is Tunisian is not good for garments. They feel like, it's too tight. It's not flexible. It's not flowy. If you feel that way about your project, your gauge is not right.
Yes.
The pattern was not designed properly, because Tunisian garments are fabulous. Like, if the designer knows what they're doing and they get that gauge at the right sweet spot, you've got so much drape to everything, and it's beautiful. I mean, look at this. This is just, it flows so beautifully. You did
that cardigan is so squishy. It's so comfortable and squishy. Yes. I think people tend to, like, especially if you crochet first and you try to get into Tunisian crochet as a traditional crocheter, you want to use the same set of rules that you've learned and have, like, stuck in your head. And, like, you start with, look at the yarn label and you start with the hook that's on the yarn label, the recommended hook. Go up a few sizes, like, learn a new set of rules, or just experiment. I like to go up several hook sizes to get that drape, because it's a different skill completely. It's a different technique.
Right.
So.
Right. And I will say too that, we talk about swatching, we talk about getting gauge. It is so important with garments, but it's even more important with Tunisian garments, because a lot of times you kind of know your gauge already. If you're working with a yarn, you know how it's going to work, how you're going to hold it. Tunisian is a different animal though, because the stitches stay more live, like a knit stitch would. It's totally different. Like, you really need to swatch and make a big enough swatch that you can measure things and measure while you're going. I've learned that the hard way. So yeah.
Yes, agree completely. I like to make swatches that are bigger than 4x4, so that when you're measuring, you're not including the end stitches, and so you get a more accurate count. And so the gauge swatch instructions in here for a slightly bigger than 4x4 square. But you're still measuring 4 inches just within the square. Yeah.
Right. I also really love this golden hour cardigan. This one is done in our twill yarn. When I saw this, I know it's beautiful in the gold color. It really is. It's beautiful. It's fall. I first went to, it needs to be in green, and this is going to be the perfect holiday sweater for everybody to quick whip up in time to have it for your holiday parties and throughout the year. It is gorgeous.
And that one's very beginner friendly. It's a lot of these have shaping in them. That one's a bunch of rectangles sewn together, so it's very beginner friendly if you're worried about shaping and too many new things at once.
I love that, because yes, that's exactly true. Like, if you've never done Tunisian before, this could be a little bit intimidating, right? Like, jumping, it's not a huge jump, but it's enough of a jump from regular crochet to Tunisian. So you could start with something like this where you're really learning the Tunisian part of it. You already know probably how to make a garment, and then you can kind of work the shaping in, the increasing, the decreasing, and all of those different pieces. So would you say that golden hour cardigan would be the best to start with for a beginner, or is there a different pattern that you might suggest?
I'd say it's one of them. I did order, so each section of the book, I ordered all the patterns in each section from most beginner friendly to most difficult. And I don't think it actually says that anywhere. So that's, the raglan is probably the most difficult of the pullovers. I still think you should do it, but
I will.
Don't be scared. I walk you through everything. But in the beginning of that section, there's a, flip the page once. So that's the most beginner friendly pullover, I would say, is the Lavender Fields pullover, and it's the first first pattern of that section. So
yeah, so there's the 3 different sections in the book. It has a beautiful photo, a little bit about the section, and then so that first pattern after that is going to be the easiest. That's going to be the best place to start, depending on if you're looking for a cardigan, a pullover. So like then the next section is called Layer Up. I love this one.
thank you.
And the color, okay, I'll be honest, I am not like a red person. I know that's not like red, but I don't really like much in the red family. Ironically, those are our now school colors where we live.
Oh.
So I'm like looking at that and I'm like, ooh, I could kind of pull that off as red,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Of course.
But yeah. So there's the great little sections, and then you have the patterns. I'm trying to look for the next section. I keep missing the page by just one, I think. Here we go. And then there's the collection or the section with the tank tops. I love this too, because I know I said to you that like I am not in tank top mode. It is cold here. I don't even want to think about it. But these are great for layering. You could wear these under a cardigan or not, you know, a lot of times we think about putting our handmade items over top. Like even this is over top of just a black t-shirt thing. But you could do it the opposite way. You could wear your handmaids underneath and go with like a store-bought cardigan if you wanted to. There's so many different ways to mix and match what you've got going on.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So I just want to check here. Just if there's any questions. Yes, they are agreeing that the golden hour cardigan would be great in green. Some people are saying they've been wanting to learn Tunisian, so they're super excited about this. Some have only done Afghans in Tunisian and are excited to try cardigans. Let's see. Oh, we've got people from New York and Kentucky and Oregon. Great to have you guys all here with us. So yeah, a lot of people are super excited about this. If you do have questions, throw them in the chat so that we can answer them. Yeah, I can't gush enough about this book. Like this is something you want on your bookshelf with everything else. I said to Ashley too, you're usually in a book, there's at least one pattern that I go, I could have done without that, whatever. I'm not going to make that. All of these patterns I'm excited about. Will I make them all? I'll be honest, no. Right. But not a single pattern in here that I go, that one's okay. Like they're all gorgeous, and it makes it so hard to pick what I want to start with and what I'm going to make. But there's quite a few. Like I was dog earing down here, putting my little Post-it notes in so that I can figure out which one I'm going to start with and everything else. So I'm so excited. These are also going to be a great gift. This is perfect timing for the holidays. If you're exchanging a gift, I know we do like a little secret Santa. Like again, this is a really great gift idea. If you're looking for something bigger, you could get the yarn to go with it, or grab a set of hooks to go with the book so that people can get into that Tunisian journey and have a full set, and they don't have to worry about not having the right size.
Yes. I think any crafter would love a new craft for Christmas.
Yes. And what a great way, like to have the whole pick of what you want to do in here. And, I know there's the one pattern. Well, there's two patterns, but really the one cardigan that has, it's not even really color work, but you're using, here it is. You're using the two colors to it in this pattern here. But I do love too how they are one color, because again, that takes out one element that I don't have to think about. I don't have to worry about. I can just work one color and still get these gorgeous, gorgeous garments. Okay, so we do have a question. Can I buy the patterns individually?
You will be able to eventually. Not yet. I do have to kind of let them live in the book for, I think, 6 months, and then I can release them slowly one by one after that. So at some point, I don't know when, but for now they live in the book. In the future, yes.
All right. And there is also a question about, do you have a YouTube channel that demonstrates how to do any of these stitches?
I have about 6 videos edited, or that I'm in the middle of editing. So it exists. There's nothing on there yet, because now that the book is done, that's my next goal. So I will in the next couple of weeks, but I do not yet. You can still subscribe already for some reason. It's Tiny Couch Crochet, but that should be going live very soon.
Yeah. We have another comment here from Dawn saying she just got the Tunisian pointy crochet hook set in the aura color, and she is anxious to make some garments. These are going to be your best selection. You've got to grab this book and start making these garments. I want to know what you're making. I saw Janessa was here. She said she had gotten the book last week. What are you making first? What is on your list? I had picked out the Beekeeper Raglan is one of the top ones on my list, or the one that Ashley is wearing, which is the classic cable sweater. Those are my two top choices. Again, all of them are fabulous, but those are my top two that I have to decide on which one I'm going to make first. I don't know yet.
I will say I had to wait to wear them until we took all the photos. And so I'm having a lot of fun now that I get to actually wear them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I totally understand that though. Like you don't want to screw up the sample or anything else. So you got to kind of wait. But then it is super, super exciting to be able to have them. I love having a handmade collection of garments that I can wear. Do you have any tips or tricks for storing your sweaters?
I don't. I mean, definitely fold them. Don't hang them.
Yes.
Put them either somewhere with. If you have cedar shelving, I'm so jealous. I need to get some. But I don't. Other than that, no.
Yeah, I run into a problem. I still haven't figured out a solution yet. But so we have in my closet, I just kind of have like a couple shelves, not too many, and then like a dresser. And the top shelf kind of leaves a lot of room up to the ceiling, right? And so I try to like pile them up, but then they like all start falling over. And I'm just like, maybe I should put another shelf in, but also I don't really want to.
Yeah, I don't have it yet, but I do want some cedar shelves that I can store all my sweaters. But right now they're folded in a bin because I'm so paranoid about it.
Right. Yeah. I'm always worried. And two, like I know in my closet, I have like one or two of the like wire racks, and I'm always afraid I'm going to snag a stitch on it or something. And then it's like all that work. It's gone.
I'm glad I waited to wear them because I have two dogs and one of them has snagged a few loose. Thankfully with Tunisian crochet, you can just stretch it. So if a loop gets like pulled out, you can stretch it and it goes back in. But yes.
Always some of the casualties of wearing our projects, but you can't not wear them. Like they're too beautiful not to wear.
Yes, you got to wear them.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing about this book. Thank you for creating the book, first of all, because again, it is beautiful. You guys are going to love the patterns in this book. You want to go ahead and grab it. I don't think we have it on our website yet. They were waiting for the shipment to come in, but I haven't heard that it's been officially on our site. If you go to Tiny Couch Crochet, though, you'll be able to find it there and be able to purchase it and grab it now. Or you can wait to get it when we have it too, whichever you prefer. But grab it now. Get started on your project. These are amazing. You're going to want to wear all of them this holiday season and in through winter. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Again, thank you, Ashley. We so appreciate it.
Thank you, Katelyn. I appreciate this.
I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful week. I'm trying to look at the calendar from here. We do have a live next week, and then that is going to be our last one for the year. We're going to take off a little bit for the holiday Christmas time. You can catch up with any of the past ones that we've done, but we will be here next week on Wednesday, same time, same place. So you can join us then. But thank you again so much for your time, everybody. Happy stitching, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.